A note from editing. The Tony Hawk series, renowned for its latest soundtracks. YouTube, renowned for being bastards. Typically when it comes to the segments of these videos, I will play a piece of music from the game. It's all licensed, it's YouTube, so that's not going to happen. Instead, it is going to be from a selection of other video games that feature skating. Isn't that lovely? Theming. However, obviously I couldn't do that for the clips of the regular game with me saying stupid crap on top of it. So let's just hope for the best on that front. Just see what happens. Who knows? Maybe it'll be fine. Maybe I will get 50 claims all at once. Maybe the video will just be spat back in my face. Who's to say? It's the wonderful magical world of YouTube, where anything can happen at any second, with no real logic behind it. Sometimes there is, but most of the time there isn't. Who knows? Oh, it's a wonderful place to be. Hello and welcome to the Forgotten, where we... What? Look, yes, I know, yes, Tony Hawk. Look, let me get the preamble out of the way first, for God's sake. Welcome to the Forgotten, where we look at games from the dusty ditches of the mind, and today we are, yes, looking at Tony Hawk. To be precise, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater HD. Developed by everyone's favourite skateboard developer, Robomodo, and published by everyone's favourite trend barrier, Activision. Pro Skater HD. That doesn't sound right. But the name's kind of a fucking mouthful. Flips HD. Yeah, sure. Flips HD is... Well, it's not a remake per se, and I wouldn't call it a new game neither. This uncertainty will come into play throughout this video, believe me, and to pull back the curtain momentarily, whenever I write, if not record these intros, it is always before I play the game. That way my questions are more genuine, or more so that I don't try to dance around thoughts that I wouldn't have prior to playing the game. This is very silly, I know, but it's how I am with these things. I bring this up because I am finding it tricky to define this game, and from playing it, I can't bring myself to feign ignorance. It released in 2012 to a mixed response. Man, I can't get this back in order. You know what, it's just going to be an unconventional edition of The Forgotten. Let's just get started. Skater select, yeah, let's just be bored and go with Tony Van Hawksworth. Oh wait, what the hell is this? Shit! The soundtrack of the Flips is one of its most important factors. If you've never touched the Flips, that may be a brow furrower, but it's true. When you try to recall these games, odds are high that any visualization will be quickly accompanied by musical backing. It is essential to the experience. Flips HD, an amalgamate of the first two games, those soundtracks, intrinsic. So you put those two soundtracks together, maybe make a cut here or there, cause, you know, licensing, money, and you're sorted. They didn't do that. Well, sort of. Instead, they split it down the middle. A 14-song soundtrack, 7 old and 7 new. This... I can't articulate what I feel in this. It's just, the fuck are you doing? The new tracks aren't bad, it's not what you want. The entire basis of your product, let's be honest, is nostalgia bait. You are trying to grab those people that haven't touched a Tony Hawk game since possibly 2, maybe 4 at most. So why? Also, why are 6 of the 7 classic tracks Pro Skater 2? What the fucking hell are you at? Where's Police Truck? Where's Psycho Vision? How am I supposed to skate around at school without hearing about Jerry's life story? What Pro Skater 2 bias gobshite did this? Calm yourself, fuck's sake. Other things. There's also another problem, not with the music itself, but with how it plays. You heard me. I am more than ready to accept that this is a me thing, but it's related to the core design of Pro Skater. The core gameplay loop of the career mode is centered around 2-minute runs. Do what you can in those 2 minutes. When time's up, either retry or move on if you've locked the next stage. Now, as to how this relates to the music. Once your run starts, so does whatever song the game has loaded up. You do what you do. Time's up, song fades out, retry or exit. If you retry, a new run, a new song. That is how it was in the originals. In Flips HD, same as before, but when time's up, the music continues. Retry, that song will continue playing until its natural end. So, what's the problem? For me, it destroyed the structure of the game. Hyperbole? Okay, maybe a little, but I'm going to explain why. In the originals, each run felt fresh, self-contained. In Flips HD, they blend together, making the timer feel arbitrary. As I was playing Flips HD and going through the objectives, I started to call the timer's existence into question, which I had never done before, and it was because no run ever felt like a fresh start. It was as if everything was just being reset just because. One song ends, another begins. No matter what you do, that song will follow you until it ends and another will start up. It makes the music feel like it doesn't belong, as if you decided to play your own music on top of the game instead. The game and music are not working together, they're just doing their own thing. As weird as it is, for me at least, this hurts the game as a whole. The moral of the story is, never underestimate the impact music can have on a game. I'm going to get you. I swear to God, if it's the last thing I do, I am going to get you. Let it never be said that I am not a man of my word. Today. At least. Kickflip over the pipe? What pipe? Is this it? I mean, it's made of pipes. Oh! Ha ha! Oh, what's the kick? Oh, right, that's the kickflip. Oh! Ha ha! Bollocks! Ha ha! What? Where is? What is? What do I do? That's not a pipe, that's a half pipe. A pipe is a tube, yeah, tube. It's circular. A half pipe is half of a fucking circle, that's why it's called a half pipe. Don't question it. I can't remember the reasoning, only the feeling when it comes to these bells. And the feeling was anger. The hell? Bollocks! Ugh. What? Stop grinding! Oh, for feck's sake! Don't you boop your cock! What was that? Warehouse, school, and then hangar. That's a choice. When making any kind of compilation, choices must be made. And when dealing with games that hold such endearment, the choices to be made will be tricky ones indeed. So how were the choices for Flips HD? Questionable, but with a possible reason as for why. First, let's break down the selection. Of a total of 7 levels, 3 originate from Pro Skater 1, and the remaining 4 from 2. Why the 3-4 split and not just make it 8 levels with an even split? Well, that would possibly relate to a reason why. So why are these questionable? Let's look at the Pro Skater 1 levels. Warehouse. Of course warehouse. It's warehouse. You need warehouse. Warehouse. Mall. This is the first wrist level, sprint level. Basically, on top of the timer, reaching the end would also end your run. This was changed to simply reset you at the start of the level. And finally, downhill jam. The other race/sprint level. What? I swear to God, these people just fucking hate Pro Skater 1. The choices of Pro Skater 2 are all regular levels. Or at the very least, that would be the impression that you would get if you weren't familiar or simply forgot. In the career mode of Pro Skater, you would have levels as you've seen, with objectives to complete within a 2-minute time limit. But along the way, you would also have competition levels. You could think of these almost as skill checks in a way. Basically, trick and combo your way around a level until time runs out, and get scored based on your score and fails in the 3 rounds against the AI. At the end of the 3 rounds, your score is averaged, and you get a medal if you finish in the top 3. These levels force you to engage with the trick system, whereas in the regular levels, you could get away with doing the bare minimum. After all, those score challenges are optional. On top of forcing players to play the game, so to speak, they also simply add variety by making you take on a different mindset. Damn you, Bob Burnquist! So, to return to Flips HD, remember how all of those levels are regular levels? They weren't always. Marseille, I think I'm saying that right, a level like any other, until you look back at Pro Skater 2 and discover it was a competition level. That's right, they put in a competition level, but made it a regular level. That's right, there are no competitions in Flips HD. That's right, they removed the one bit of variety in the career mode. What the hell? Also, due to the seemingly lackadaisical level selection and lack of competition stages, there are problems with the overall game progression. Simply put, there is none. The levels are ordered with no real regard for difficulty, meaning you bounce from simple to tricky levels on a whim. There is just no flow to the game anymore, and it feels like it's all over the place. There's something else too. With 2 games to pull from, they somehow came away with the shortest career mode. Flips HD has 7 levels. Flips 1 has 9, 3 which are competitions. 2 had 10, and again, 3 were competitions. On top of no gameplay variety, on top of no level flow, you had 19 levels to pull from, and you couldn't even equal the first game in the series. What the hell are you fucking doing? Now, as I've been alluding to throughout, why these levels? What was the rationale? If the reason that I've seen is correct, and I'll be honest, it is very easy to believe, it was cheaper. Every level in Flips HD was already remade in other games. Hangar School 2 in Venice, Tony Hawk's Underground, Warehouse and Downhill Jam, Underground 2, Mall in Marseille, American Wasteland. And as Flips HD is apparently running on a version of the Underground 2 engine, well, that would make it a wee bit easier now, wouldn't it? Because as we all know, the best things in life are made from money scrimping and walking the path of least resistance. Finally! Oh, why did I jump? Bollocks! I don't want to cause alarm, except I do, because I think Digihawk is trying to break free. Oh, thank God. Yep, totally intentional, that's... Yep. Universe giveth, and it taketh. Equilibrium. Do you know what the definition of insanity is? Oxford Dictionary defines it as the state of being seriously mentally ill, madness, alternatively, extreme foolishness, or irrationality. I thought I would clear that up. I've seen a lot of people get that wrong over the years. Wait, why did... No, don't question it. Just take it. Just take it. Move on. Whoa.
He's a magic man.
Dog! Dog, what the hell are you doing? Dog, you broke the bloody game. Physics. Light and its effects are mysterious indeed. Some would call them an enigma. Others would say, what the hell is this? A tumultuous topic indeed, and one that really has no clear answer. Damn it, come on. Come on! Just get it. No. No! I can make it! I can fucking make it! I can still do 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 it! This is not over. Welcome to the no fun zone. And what you're seeing is pretty much my entire experience with Downhill Jam. You know, I just realized something. I never actually talked about the gameplay yet, did I? I was going to start this off with something like, it's Pro Skater, you know what that is, and just move on with this expectation that Pro Skater is part of a universal shared knowledge of humanity. But then I realized that expecting people to remember the particulars of 20-plus-year-old games is placing an unnecessary obligation on anyone that dares venture here. Hell, it's even been a hot minute since... Oh, Pro Skater 5.
Oh my god, lads, what have you done? Oh no, oh, start doing tricks. No. Oh.
So I will be quick and break it down, though it's me, so it's probably going to take longer than it should. In short, you roam what are essentially themed skate parks, do tricks, get points, do combo, get more points, do some objectives in the form of score and collectibles. The main thing I want to talk about is your capabilities. In the original Pro Skater, you could perform ollie, nollie, flip tricks, grab tricks, flip tricks, wall rides, and grinds. Your combo potential was quite limited. Do a standard flip trick or grab, land on the ground, combo over. Do a flip or grab trick and grind a reel to keep the combo going. Maybe do a flip trick and regrind, and when you reach the end of your grind and there's no other grindable object, combo over. Go up a ramp, do stuff, land, combo over. In Pro Skater 2, everything was brought over with the addition of the manual. What did the manual do? Remember those combo enters? Gone. Dead. except the ramp, that still stops your combo. The manual helped break down the combo wall and unlock so much potential. It is fantastic. And then came Pro Skater 3, which added the revert. In short, the revert obliterated the combo wall. How? Ramps don't stop anything. With the revert, all of the pieces are in place. This is perfection. Then they added the spine transfer in 4, but who fucking cares? That is a rhetorical question. So when it comes time to do a whatever the hell you want to call Flips HD, what do you do? Do you maintain the mechanics as they were on a level by level basis? Do you bring in all of the advancements and make Flips HD the Pro Skater game? Or do you go for a rather awkward and unsatisfying middle ground?
I think you know what the answer is.
Flips HD's mechanics go no further than 2, meaning no revert. I guess this was because the game's levels are comprised entirely of Pro Skater 1 and 2. But so what? You may say, well, those levels weren't designed for the revert. It would completely break the scoring system. You can manual and Pro Skater 1 levels. So that's feckin' irrelevant, isn't it? The thing is, the revert is there. You can press it, you'll spin, and it does nothing. It's almost like they were future-proofing it. Also, even with this DLC, it doesn't implement the revert in other levels, meaning both of my Flips HD ponderings apply. This game is a mess on a conceptual level. Speaking of messes, game don't feel good. I can't pin it down, but something is wrong. I felt it before I went to get footage of the originals, and that foray into the past just affirmed it. Unfortunately, I never dedicated my time to the Pro Skater series, unlike many, so I just can't properly relay what's wrong. As with the majority of Flips HD, the gameplay is what you want, but not. After that hellhole, it's now time for a regular skate park. Hey, Quint. Arse! What the feck was that? Oh, that can't be good. Hey, what the hell's a nose blunt slide? No. I have literally done everything else in this feckin' level. How the hell do I do a nose blunt slide? Is there a bloody trick list? Of course there feckin' isn't. Still no. No. This is a small, but in my stupid eyes at least, important aspect of Flips HD. An overarching theme of Flips HD is inconsistency. There are numerous times when playing it that you simply ask, why? Why can't I do a revert? Ah, well, the originals. Except I can manual and Pro Skater 1 levels. Why is there no trick list? Ah, well, they're just staying true to the originals. Except in this pause menu is a map showing the locations of every map-based objective. And also, they technically did put a trick list in the pause menu. Buried in how to play is a partial trick list. It's bloody stupid. Then of course there's the soundtrack. The classic tracks are there because, well, that's what there was in the originals. But they threw away all but one track from Pro Skater 1 and filled the other half of the soundtrack with entirely new songs. And of course they made this whole competition level in the game a regular level. Because I guess staying true to the originals most certainly didn't match it there, now did it? The whole game just feels like it lacks direction. It doesn't know what it wants to be, and as a result, just feels like a dumping ground of an uncaring developer. I just don't feel like I'm playing a finished game. Done! Game is done! Now what? Okay. Is that it? Oh, if I knew that was it, I probably would have savored that unlock notification a little bit more. Well, if nothing else, that wet fart of a conclusion perfectly encapsulated my feelings, so let's just wrap this up. Flips HD, is it worth remembering? Nope, not in the slightest. It is an unfocused game that does a disservice to its origins. With two games to pull from, they came out with a sharper career mode, a career mode that has less variety, a nigh unfathomable feat, and a career mode that has no real sense of flow, less progression. I didn't mention this before, but it has no local multiplayer in consoles and zero multiplayer in PC. At its core, there are even feckin' problems with the game's physics. It can't decide if it wants to cater to old fans or bring in new ones. On top of all of this, with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 plus 2, please god that name, Flips HD has lost its sole reason to exist and has become completely, unquestionably, obsolete. Even if you wanted to play it, you couldn't, as it was removed from all digital storefronts in 2017. As an aside, other than Flips 1 plus 2, the only other digital Tony Hawk game that you can buy is Pro Skater 5 on the PlayStation 3 and 360. God, what are the odds that some poor fecker is going to play 1+2, like it, see 5, and go, Pro Skater 5. 5 is more than 1+2. Gimme. Now don't get me wrong, it is nigh impossible, minuscule, unquestionably non-existent. Me getting something vaguely resembling a viewership is more like... Well... whoever you are... whoever you may... just have a good day. Surprise! 1+2 kicks the hell out of fucking HD. Who could have seen it coming? And now we must wait for the inevitable Pro Skater 3 DLC and the inevitable repackaging on next gen with the DLC included, so then we can have Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1+2 equals 3. Yeah. God damn you, Bucky Lessick!